I found this adorable little end table at the Goodwill for like 20 bucks a few months back, and I just had to pick it up because I figured if I didn't save it, nobody might. And I was just really drawn to these adorable little Jacobean-style legs. So my plan is to try and restore it back to something similar to its original color. We'll see if I'm able to do that because there are a couple different tones of wood going on here. We've got wood veneer, we've got solid wood top, and a couple other solid wood pieces. So I'm not an expert at like refinishing wood, but we're gonna do our best to see if I can get this as close to original as possible. Now there's a couple major issues with this piece that I need to address. First off is this veneer. I have one of two options. I can either remove the veneer and try to hope that the wood underneath will stain nicely, or I can kind of repair these areas, which I don't think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna pull it off. And then this leg has some chunks missing out of the back side of it that I think I'm just not gonna address because I think I wanna keep this piece of furniture. And since it's on the back side, I really don't think it's that noticeable. Another issue with this piece is that the top is bowed, and I could completely remove the top and, you know, replace it and try to router new edges. However, it's still flat where you could put like a lamp or something on it without it being uneven. So I don't think it's really that big of an issue either. And outside of those damages, I have just a little bit of a cracking on the corner here. And then the top is completely missing a finish. And the rest of the finish is actually sort of just falling apart. You can see kind of like this crackling and bubbling. It definitely needs a new finish. So I'm gonna get started by removing this chippy veneer on the sides. Let's try the other side. I swear the trick to this is just the angle that you're holding and hitting from. It makes all the difference. And you kind of have to just figure out which angle is going to work the best. All right, it is 100 degrees outside and starting to rain. So I'm gonna wrap it up and finish this up tomorrow because I am soaked in sweat. My hands in these rubber gloves are soaked from sweat and it's quite disgusting. I think today I'm gonna start with sanding the flat surfaces before I finish stripping, simply because I like to break up my projects like that. I sort of get bored if I keep doing the same task for too long. I realize that I'm switching between stripping and sanding a lot because my attention span for stripping furniture is like this big. I would much rather sand than chemically strip furniture any day. To get these corners right here, I am going to be using my little foam contour hack. I use these and stick them on the detail sander, and they're super fast because they contour the shape really nice. I don't know where this little chunk of wood on the leg went missing, so I'm gonna try to sculpt it since it's in an obvious place. I've never used this stuff before, but I think you're just supposed to mix them together in your hands and kind of mold it to the shape you need. It says a 1-to-1 ratio and only mix up as much as you can use within 20 minutes. Kind of looks like a chocolate mousse. Doesn't feel like it though. This is like adult Play-Doh. Can't believe I've never used this product before. It's so fun. I definitely mixed way too much. Wow. This looks way easier watching other people do it. I blame Katie Scott. She makes everything look easy. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm not doing very good, am I? I think what Katie does is like add tape to kind of help mold it. Okay, the more I mess with it, the worse it's looking. Should I try this side too while I'm at it? I think that's a bit ambitious. I feel like I need a mold for something that big. Hey, that looks pretty good actually. It hasn't dried yet, but so far I give this stuff a 5-star rating for workability. We'll see how durable it is once it dries. I like this stuff. For the detailed areas that are even tighter than the detail sander can get, I like to use the multi-tool because it has a really sharp little tip and it allows me to just really get in there tight. Ooh! Just don't put a gouge in it. All right, now that I have everything hand sanded down in the direction of the wood grain with 220 grit sandpaper, I'm gonna go in with mineral spirits to clean it because I'm using an oil-based stain, so I don't want to risk having any water trapped in that wood grain before I stain. I am a little bit worried about the stain not taking evenly under this wood where the veneer was because it has some scuff marks. But that's why I'm going to be using gel stain. And hopefully we can get it to take evenly with some wood conditioner. Because when pieces of furniture like this were originally made, the wood was chosen knowing that veneer would go over it, so it's not really designed to be presentable wood. But we're gonna see what we can do with it. I wonder if the top of this had veneer at one point. There was just no finish on it at all. Look, I never claimed to be a professional, and painting furniture is my specialty. There's a reason why I do it. This has been a lot of prep work and a lot of sanding. If I mess up this stain, I might cry. Because every time I have ever used an oil-based gel stain, it has turned out very poorly. And I think it's because I wasn't applying enough product. And it's very hot here in Florida, so it doesn't give me enough time to wipe it back. But we're going to give it another go. If it turns out bad, there's not super high stakes on this piece. It's not like it's for a customer. And I'll just paint it. If it turns out bad, I will just paint it and upset the internet. Dollar store brush is junk. nervous. I'm nervous because this looks so splotchy. It's so hot out here. You can definitely still see where the wood was rough, but I'm thinking that 2 coats will hopefully even everything out. Ooh. The amount of times that I have said I hate gel stain, it's crazy because this is so fun. Ooh, I want to show you this part right here where I did the repair. You can't even see where I repaired it at all. Let's see if that holds true once I wipe back. You can see it a little bit, but it's not noticeable. I'm gonna go ahead and stain this shelf inside since I'm having so much fun. That's not even sarcasm. I actually am loving the way that this looks. It's like perfectly imperfect. It's like kind of splotchy and ununiform on the sides, but because it's like that throughout the piece, it just looks like antique and so cute, and the color looks pretty uniform. I will go in and polish the interior once everything is sealed, just because it looks a little bit rough. But I have to wait at least 8 hours before I do my top coat, so I'm gonna have to come back and do that tomorrow. I'm so excited. that was empty. I'm gonna go in with this wax instead. I'm really just using this wax to hydrate any of the areas that I didn't refinish on the inside, just to make it look fresh again. It's a little too contrasting than I was hoping for. I've found that in the past, when I have a piece of furniture with a lot of imperfections, I tend to reach for paint over stain because I know that I can fix all the imperfections, but I'm starting to second guess that mentality because I'm growing an appreciation for the imperfections. It just adds that kind of unique characteristic to your home that you're not gonna find at IKEA or Target. It's just, yeah, special. I think that you can mix modern pieces with imperfect pieces, and even though this piece isn't perfect and it has the damage on the legs and it still has some damage on the top and the sides aren't perfect and they're a little bit splotchy, it tells a story and it brings that texture and character and dimension. I just really love it. And I think from now on I'm going to be giving stain a chance more frequently than I have in the past. But I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on that. Would you have just went ahead and painted this piece? Because it would have looked cute painted too, but there's just something really special about it. I'm glad that I didn't paint it. Side note, all of these items are thrifted secondhand that I stage my furniture with, and I have a video coming out going to the Waldo flea market where I sourced a couple of these items. So I think that's really fun if you're looking for some inspiration on items to resell that are not furniture and that you can use to stage your furniture.